Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back for episode number 7 of my Dallas Cowboys franchise here on Madden NFL 19. So I'm starting off this episode by showing off my sliders that I've been getting a few comments in the last few videos asking me to actually show them off because I hadn't done that yet, and people had been asking about them. It's an all-pro set that my friend and fellow YouTuber Jeremy, or Jersey Born, came up with for his franchise series with his pal Burns, and I've taken a liking to them, so I've kind of just been rolling with them. I adjusted them a little bit to make the offense a little bit tougher for me because I think I have this Cowboys team #1 in the league in total yards on offense, so we've been pretty explosive, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that our offensive line is playing a lot better than the Cowboys' offensive line is in real life, although they did get that nice Week 2 win over New York. I actually had New York winning there, even though they were +3, but they were underdogs. I thought they would go into Dallas after Dallas looked atrocious in Week 1, and Dallas, they hit the one play with Tavon Austin early in the game, and then really didn't do much beyond that, but the Giants' offensive line is pretty scary, so they really couldn't get anything on Dallas' defense the entire game, and they got the win against the division rival Giants. But in this episode, we're taking on New Orleans to start off this episode. A tough game. New Orleans enters at 7-4. We are 8-3. I showed off the playoff picture at the beginning of the episode. A quick look at the standings, but this is a tough game and an important game. A lot of playoff implication here. This could determine, who gets a certain seed if both these teams win the division or if both of them are the wild card teams. But New Orleans is on top 3-0 early. We've got a 2nd and goal. Prescott dumping that one off to the fullback there for a pickup of 5. So 3rd and goal from the 5. Prescott out of the shotgun looking left side. He's got Allen Hurns, but Hurns cannot hang on. He was hit immediately after getting his hands on that one. So we send out the field goal unit. 4th and goal from the 10. We actually took a delay of game penalty there before we kicked that field goal. So we tie up the game at 3. Now we've got another opportunity on defense. Drew Brees and the Saints offense back out on the field. 3rd and 12. Brees firing short of the sticks. I think that was Kamara hauling that one in. So they would settle for a field goal there on 4th down. Make it 6-3 Saints. They've got another 3rd down opportunity in Dallas side, or on the Dallas side of the field. It's Ted Ginn this time not holding on to that ball. So another 4th down, another field goal for New Orleans. They have a 9-3 lead. Now 3rd down for us. Little more than 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Prescott, empty set, firing over the middle. He hits Blake Jarwin on the tight end seam. Prescott continues to be aggressive looking for his tight ends in this offense. Now 1st and goal, handoff to Elliott up the middle. Good lead blocked by Kajus, and he brings Elliott to the end zone for the touchdown run. That would tie up the ball game. We would take the lead after the PAT. A 10-9 lead here for Dallas, but New Orleans answering right back in the 2-minute drill, driving right down the field there in the red zone. That was a completion to Michael Thomas for a pickup of 6. 2nd and 4. Less than 30 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter. Over the middle, that is hauled in by Thomas, and they would rule him in the end zone. So that's going to be a touchdown for the Saints. They would take the lead before the half, 16-10, and then they're driving once again here midway through the 3rd quarter. They've got the ball all the way down at the 3. It's Brees finding Ted Ginn in the flat, and Ginn crosses the pylon into the end zone, and that puts the Saints up by 2 scores now. They've got a 24-10 lead after converting on the 2-point conversion. We've got the ball now. We need a touchdown here to try and get this back to a 1-score game. It is Michael Gallup catching that ball on 3rd down. He's got the first. That continues the drive, but we don't get another opportunity until 4th and 16, so we have to settle for the field goal, and it's Maher converting on the 47-yard attempt. He continues to have a spectacular season, replacing Dan Bailey, who was cut during training camp, or at the end of training camp, at the end of preseason, I should say. But you see, we don't get the ball back till it's 31-13, now down 18 points. This game seems like it would be just about over. New Orleans is up by 3 scores, under 9 minutes to play. We need to score and score fast. It's Cole Beasley not hauling that one in. That was deflected by the Saints defensive back. Now Prescott dropping back, looking right side, fires it, and it is picked off. PJ Williams makes the play, but there is a flag on the field, so we will have to hold on and see what this could be about. And they're going to call defensive pass interference, so that is going to bail Prescott out. and that will give us the ball. So a chance still, if we can score here, get it back to a 2-score game and maybe get a couple defensive stops or an onside kick of some sort. But Cam Jordan has other ideas in mind. He gets his 3rd sack of the day. 3rd and goal for Prescott. He's dropping back, firing off of his back foot. Kajus gets a hand on that one, but it is incomplete, so we settle for the field goal. This will make it a 15-point game, so that is a 2-possession game. Not quite over mathematically. We could still get back in this, but the Saints driving right back down the field. They would tack on a field goal, so it's back to 18 points. That's 3 scores, 2.5 minutes left, and you would have to think that this one is over. It's Cam Jordan getting back there once again, his 4th sack of the day. He is having quite an afternoon here against this Cowboy O-line. There is Kajus making the grab on 2nd and long, setting up 3rd and manageable as we hit the 2-minute warning. So on 3rd and 2, it's Prescott looking short. That one is complete just barely. Lattimore almost jumped to that for the interception, but it was Terrence Williams making the play for the 1st down grab. Now we're looking left side. Allen Hurns making a man miss, going down the sideline for a few extra yards to the New Orleans 33. Now Prescott, shotgun set, empty set, firing to Kajus on the right side. So we're finally starting to move the ball on offense, something we haven't really been able to do all game long. And now Prescott firing to the end zone. It's Allen Hurns who has it for the touchdown. So we get it to an 11-point game, going for the onside kick with just over a minute left in this one. And that is going to be recovered by Dallas. And it looked like it was number 20 on the recovery. So we would get the ball back now, driving down the field. Chance to at least maybe give ourselves a Hail Mary attempt with an onside kick, because it's Kajus in the end zone, as Prescott only needed 1 play there in the red zone. We are going to go for 2, try to make it a 3-point game, but Prescott not finding anyone open. He feels the heat, and it's Cam Jordan, who else, getting back there. So we need this onside kick with no timeouts left. Maher going for attempt number 2, but this time it is recovered by Cam Meredith of the Saints. And now the Drew Brees in the offense take the field in the victory formation. They would kneel out the final 15 seconds of the clock and finish off the game with a 34-29 win. So a pretty solid win for the Saints coming into Dallas, winning, controlling that game for the most part. They blew it open a little bit late, and then we tried to make that comeback, but it was too late for us. And you can see there, not really a big game for Elliott because we had to play from behind. Kamara had a big game for them. Allen Hurns had a nice game for us, 119 yards through the air. And defensively, the star was Cam Jordan with the 4 sacks. Of course, we had a couple sacks as well. That's the one thing that's been pretty consistent on our defense, is we've been getting at least 1 sack a game for the most part. The pass rush has been there with our mix of defensive linemen, and that's even without David Irving, who is maybe one of our better pass rushers on the defensive line. He's been out with that fractured foot for the last 7 or 8 weeks now. But we've got a handful of player upgrades here in the post-game screen, and now advancing to week number 14, where we've got an even bigger game. This is really our final, not our final test of the year. I guess that game at New York, week 17, could be considered a tough test, but this is the biggest game left on our schedule, no doubt. Our second matchup with the Eagles. They beat us the first time around in Philadelphia, but they're coming off of a loss to the Redskins in this last week. So both the Cowboys and Eagles suffering their first home losses of the season in the week ahead of this big-time matchup. And with both teams losing, this could be a division-settling game, as if Philadelphia wins, they would have the tiebreaker and a 1-game lead. That basically gives them a 2-game lead over Dallas in the division. If we win, then the tiebreaker is to be determined, but we would have the 1-game lead with only 3 weeks left. And I've been over it before, but we've got that relatively easy schedule to finish out the season. So that would be a big step for us if we win this game towards possibly securing the division and maybe thinking about getting a first-round bye, or if nothing else, a home playoff game in week number 1. But here we've got a red zone opportunity early on, and you can see on 3rd and goal, Philly only has 4 linemen on the line of scrimmage, so I'm going to run it 10 times out of 10 on the 1-yard line there. And especially with a back like Elliott, I'm trusting him to get the yard he needs, and he does just that. So we have a 7-0 lead now. It's Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles offense back out there. That is incomplete on 3rd down to Alshon Jeffrey. So 4th down, they would go for it and convert. So now they've got the ball in the red zone here at the 16-yard line. 2nd and 6, a handoff to Darren Sproles. He's got a pickup of 9 there, and the Eagles have a new set of downs inside the 10. High formation handoff to Jay Ajayi, and he's diving for the end zone. He is in, and that would tie up this game at 7 apiece. We head to the second quarter now. We've got the ball at around midfield, 3rd and 3. 6.5 minutes left, and you can see another situation where we've got 3 wide receivers on the field. I'm basically baiting Philadelphia into coming out nickel, and they do just that. With only 3 yards needed for the first down, I'm going to trust my running back, once again, my all-pro running back, Ezekiel Elliott, and he rewards me getting the first down there, but we don't get another opportunity till 4th and 13, so we have to settle for another field goal. And it's the Eagles driving on offense once again all the way down to the 3-yard line on 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Wentz dropping back, firing quickly, and it's the rookie tight end Dallas Goedert making the touchdown grab. That gives them a 14-10 lead here with about 90 seconds left in this second quarter. We're going for some more points here with the 2-minute offense. It's Kajus hauling that one in for a gain of 11, and then Prescott dumping this one off to Elliott, tiptoeing along the sidelines. He's going to pick up a gain of 10 there. Now with about 55 seconds to play, Prescott looking right side this time. He's got Terrence Williams on a comeback route. Another chunk play for us. We're going to go no huddle now with only 2 timeouts left, about 40 seconds, but the clock is still running. Prescott dropping back, looking long for Cole Beasley, who tries to make a play on it. The flag is out, and this one could be defensive pass interference. That's what Kellen Moore is looking for, and that's what he will get. The call is on the Eagles' defensive back, and that is Sidney Jones, the 4th, the second-year man out of Washington, and it's Devin Kajus now making the grab on first down. We would use a timeout. 30 seconds left now, firing quickly to Terrence Williams, who was uncovered off the line there. I went to him immediately, and he got the 5-yard touchdown. So we go back on top, 17-14. Early in the third quarter, it's the Eagles driving down the field. Sproles was loose. He almost got to the end zone there, but a good stop right around the goal line. 1st and goal. Shotgun set, another handoff to Sproles, but this time it's DeMarcus Lawrence getting into the backfield for the tackle. Now from the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal, Wentz scrambling right side, and it's Tyrone Crawford getting him for the sack. Another loss, this time of 4. 3rd and goal from the 9 coming up. Wentz dropping back, looking left side. It is intercepted. That is Xavier Woods, the safety, taking off down the sideline, and he might go all the way to the 40, 35, 30. He is not going to be caught. It's going to be a pick 6 for the Cowboys. Xavier Woods with a game-changing play when it looked like Wentz and the Eagle offense was about to tie up the game or take the lead. Instead, we go up by 2 scores. So Philadelphia later in the third quarter tacking on a field goal that gets this back to a 1-score game, 24-17. And now we've got the ball back, driving down the field, trying to put some more points up on the board, get it back to a 2-score game. 3rd and 9, looking end zone. This is almost intercepted. That was a very risky throw by Dak Prescott. Fortunate to be walking off the field and sending the field goal unit out on 4th down instead of seeing the Eagle offense come out after that play. That puts us back up by 10. And now we've got the ball back in the 4th quarter. Touchdown here would make it a 3-score game, and that could put this one to bed. We're looking left side. It's Allen Hurns making the play in coverage, once again beating Sidney Jones there. And it is Hurns with another touchdown grab. He has had a monster last couple of weeks. So both teams added one more touchdown. That makes the score 41-24. Late in this 4th quarter, 4th and 10, Wentz converting there. Eagle offense would actually drive down the field and put up 7. So it's a 10-point game just under the 2-minute warning. Onside kick, and this time it is going to be Dallas recovering. We saw Dallas recovering one of their own onside kicks last week. This time they recover Philadelphia's. We get the ball back, 10-point lead. Eagles with 1 timeout left on 3rd down. 1st down ends the game, and it's Elliott getting the 1st down he needed. So we are going to come away with a huge win, possibly the biggest win of the year, and that puts us in the driver's seat for the division. We're now a game up on the Eagles. Philadelphia's 8-5. We are 9-4, and we've got 3 games left. We control our own destiny. We could be looking at a top 2 seed in the NFC if we win out. There are the Rams, who are probably going to get the number 1 seed, but after that it's a little bit more open for who could get that second bye. So we've put ourselves in a pretty good spot, and this was, like I said, probably the biggest win of the year, and a good win to have after bumping up the sliders at the beginning of the episode and then losing to New Orleans. good to get the confidence back winning a game with the new sliders against an opponent like Philadelphia. But we were home. We did bounce back after losing at home for the first time against New Orleans. That was good. But we've got a couple player upgrades. Advancing the week, though. And if we, like I said before, if this Week 17 game isn't important, then I'll probably just do the final 3 weeks of the regular season in the next episode. And then we'll get into the playoffs, hopefully, unless things totally turn the other way for us. But that's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.